Hey guys, in this video, I want to share with you some very inexpensive ways to upgrade your not so expensive pressure washer to turn it into, let's just call it a more expensive, more effective pressure washer for detailing. So as a detailer, particularly if you're starting out, you don't have a lot of money to invest in some big expensive pressure washer, which is why I often show the Sunjo pressure washer that's like 150 bucks on the channel, because it's not actually the pressure washer I use professionally day to day, but it is what it looks like I use day to day. This is a really inexpensive pressure washer that is great for people who are starting out. However, it comes with some specific things that are not so good for detailers, and there's a really easy way to pay 150 bucks for a pressure washer like this that's not amazing, but it'll definitely get you through and upgrade it really, really easily. So let's start out with the first thing. So firstly, the pressure washer comes with this kit hose. I think it's like 20 feet. I can't remember, but however long this hose is, it sucks. It's terrible for detailers, and I've used it in many of my videos, and as you guys can see, I have to constantly pull the hose in different ways. I have to go back to the pressure washer, move the pressure washer around the car. So not only is it not long enough, but it's not something that's not going to kink. In other words, if I take the hose and I press it down like this, I'm actually going to get kind of a permanent divot in the hose if it were to sit like this or get caught under the car tire or something like that. So not long enough, it's going to kink if I'm pulling it in the wrong way, and it's really just frustrating to deal with. Okay, the material that it's made out of is really stiff and it's very difficult to work with. So this is the first thing that I would upgrade. Throwing that hose away, I would immediately move to the Uberflex. This is a 50-foot hose. I believe it comes in like 75 or 100 feet as well, but 50 feet is plenty to work around basically, you know, any car. And this is basically a hose that not only does not kink, as you guys can see, I can grab it and try to do like this, and no matter how long I leave it like this, it's never going to permanently stay like that. The type of material that it's made out of is very flexible, and it's also resilient. And secondly, it's very light compared to the kit hose. So not only do we get the exact length that we need, but we also get the type of lightweightness that you need. So this is the first thing that I would use to immediately upgrade this. Now I'm going to talk about specifics on how to do this in just a second, because there are some technical things that you need to know. Now thirdly, I would immediately upgrade the wand that I'm using with my pressure washer, because with the Sunjo, it comes with this really long pressure washer wand, and that wand absolutely sucks because it's hard to stand back from a car and hold the wand out and blast it in different ways. You just don't get the same ergonomic kind of user-friendly feel when you're using a really short pressure washer wand. So this is the MTM Hydro SGS28. Now, of course, all these products and tools will be linked up in the YouTube description box below, but this is a really short handle wand, okay? And I've just got my classic pressure washer tip attached here. All I have to do is literally pull the trigger, and I can, with my wrist, actually control the pressure washer. This is way, way, way more convenient for detailing. So there's a couple things that I want to point out. Generally speaking, the pressure washers that are in this category are going to have a little bit different fittings for some of the quick disconnects and attachments that you're going to need, okay? So on the back of the pressure washer, this is actually where you connect the pressure washer hose. Now it's always going to be easiest with a pressure washer to have some sort of quick disconnect. So this piece right here, I'm calling this the male end and this the female end, okay? In the female end, we've got the 15 millimeter measurement, because this screw, where you would generally take the kit hose from the Sunjo and just screw it right on here if you didn't have a quick disconnect, this is a 15 millimeter thread. So I'm going to have to buy a 15 millimeter female attachment here, and it connects right here on the back. I have purchased many quick disconnects in the improper measurement, and this is a very frustrating thing if you don't get it right. Now the next thing we need to know here is with the Uberflex hose, the reason why I keep emphasizing 15 millimeter is because the cheap pressure washers tend to have these 15 millimeter connections and measurements. Well, with any other pressure washer that's a little bit more expensive, you have a 14 millimeter thread. So if I were to look at the interior of this, taking out this gold quick disconnect, from thread to thread inside this black piece is going to be a 14 millimeter measurement. In other words, the male end of this quick disconnect is a 14 millimeter thread. And then I'm actually good because I've got my 15 millimeter down here connected, 14 millimeter here connected, and the male end of this and the female end of this connect directly into the pressure washer just like that, okay? So I've got 15 millimeter measurement from my Sunjo, 14 millimeter measurement thread to thread from the hose, but the quick disconnects, male to female, go perfectly in just like that. Now, generally speaking, when you order a short-handled pressure washer wand like this from MTM, they're going to already have a quick disconnect attached to it. You can order these basically on any online detailing retail store site, and most of the time, they're gonna include a quick disconnect on the back of this, okay? So I'm not gonna worry about the threads that are attached to this because the QD already comes on it. Now, the link that I'm gonna put in the YouTube description box below is to this exact one from Car Supply's warehouse, so that it will come with the quick disconnect applied already. Now, when I'm attaching it to the Uberflex, because this already has the quick disconnect attached to it, and I've got this 14 millimeter thread in this hose, I am ready to go ahead and start using it. It attaches perfectly. It's not going to leak. or anything like that. Now, if all you do are these two things to your pressure washer, you have upgraded this thing in a huge way. This is a really easy way to spend literally like $200 to get a pressure washer setup that is really fantastic for day-to-day stuff, vehicle stuff, and just general user experience and convenience. Now guys, like I said, I'm going to, in a very organized fashion, I'm gonna link up everything in the YouTube description box below with very specific indicators of what they are, how to buy them, and all that sort of stuff. So go to the YouTube description box below to make sure you don't get confused like I did, okay? And if you're on this video thinking, hey, I love this, give me some more tools and products that I should buy as a detailer or as a hobbyist so that I don't have to go search for myself and get confused by everybody else, I actually have a top 12 tools and products list. I'll link that up in the YouTube description box below as well. Totally free resource for you that I think will help you out a lot. And guys, if you got some value from this video, do me a favor and blast the like button, because it's the only way that I actually get some feedback on what you guys thought about the video. And if I know it's valuable, I'll keep putting out stuff just like this. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, thank you guys for being involved. Keep working hard, and I will see you in the next video.